Hello. What's going on, everybody? Hi. All the names. What's up, Stealth Mouse? Randy, Quitchman, Mams. Randy again, Dr. Whom. What's up, Sumika? Quitchman, Dr. Whom, Randy. Yaitupi. Hi. What's up, Dante? Good to see you all. What's up, John? Hope you've been practicing your huas. You better have been practicing your huas. What's up, Mams? What's up, Woom? Hyperthistle, hi. What's up, Scully? What's up, Eli? Good to see you all. Thank you for tuning in. What's up, Radu Rod? I think I got all of you. I think I did. I hope I did. But there's Han. Hi, Han. Oh yeah, I got everyone. I wouldn't miss a person. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you're all having a fantastic time zone wherever you are in the world. It's finally time for the first song challenge of the year, our fourth hecking season. If you're new to it, your task is to make a song using our creative restriction. If you're a musician of any skill level, you're free to join our Discord. All the links of things we'll mention today are, of course, in the description box thingamajig. This time, y'all had to make a piece of music with MuseScore 4, and its beautiful sound fonts. Let me bring this way down. And we're gonna check all of that out real soon. But before we do, I'd like to thank you all for being here and mention that if you enjoy participating in these challenges, I also have a really good Patreon campaign that I recommend you check out, because the Patreon has a lot of extras, such as monthly creative workshops, original songs, sample packs, and many other perks. And I do all of this without sponsors. It's all you. And so you should consider supporting it, because, you know, that's money makes the world go around. So please give me a lot of money, because then the world can go very, very round.
That's cool.
Please say hi to Ben and Jessica.
Hi. Hey, no thanks. Keep us out of it.
Hello.
Keep us out of this. Does this look like a scrape or a smoothie on my... Smoothie is the answer.
It's a smoothie scrape.
I got smoothie that looks like a scrape, but it's just... If you have no napkins and this is just kind of where you are, you just keep it that way.
That's the way.
True.
The way it is. How are you two doing, despite the smoothie scratches?
We're doing
Homework.
Homework?
Yes,
Yes.
we're back in school.
Damn, what are you doing? What are you working on?
We're going to learn physics and chemistry so we can win back Daddy's business.
I just gotta go to college.
I really want to go to college.
I really want to go to college.
They won't let us go unless we go back to school and learn physics and chemistry and save our dad's business.
Just physics and chemistry?
Yep.
Yeah, because those are the classes I cheated in. Well, I only cheated in physics. No, I must have cheated in chemistry. Pretty much all of the classes I didn't like, I cheated a little.
Is your dad a physical chemist or a chemical physicist?
He's very physical for a father.
Okay.
But he's neither of those. He does get physical.
I need to fix your camera, or
Okay,
we
I can
need
fix it.
less
I think
table.
I changed it. I made it harder for you.
Ah.
I made it harder
Ah.
for you. Let's
Damn
be
you,
honest.
Ben.
Yeah, it was me.
Sabotaging the show. How dare you?
Yep. You can't spell
you.
botage. Or
What?
sabotage.
I
I
cannot
don't know,
spell
isn't
botage. This is true.
You can't spell.
I can't spell it.
You can't
DOT9.
BA.
spell. Usually 9 isn't a letter, but I understand.
It could work. It could work. So what are we doing today? Why are you here?
Well, I'm here because there aren't very many things that I do anymore.
Oh,
And I can't subtract any more things, and because if I do, I'll be basically doing nothing.
I feel that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
I thought that's why
Right,
I'm
because
here.
what would you do? Yeah. What, like, let's say let's just say we weren't here right now. What would you be doing? Starting with Jessica, I guess.
I'd be making a more elaborate breakfast. You know, I'd take a bath and then send a couple of emails and call it a day.
That's
not
not
too
even
bad.
close to a lie. That's not even a half lie. That is exactly what I know you would do that.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
That would be it because you're just got back from a trip and are going to a trip. So there you
Yeah.
go. I believe you. You're
That's fair. You deserve
Yeah.
a big breakfast and a bath and some
Thank you.
emails.
I don't think
Thanks.
so. But
What do you think I deserve?
you could have a regular breakfast and send your emails and then do some other productive work.
I'd probably go
Mm.
for a bike ride. It's a really nice day.
No.
That's rough living with Ben. It's like very strict.
I'm
Yeah.
Incredible.
Look,
He holds me down and gives me homework.
I'm a successful man. And I can't stand to watch Jessica fall off the track. It's just embarrassing.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, what about
You
you,
know-
Ben? If you weren't live, what would you be doing?
I'd be getting views and likes rapidly.
In what order, though?
Views, then likes.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
good point.
likely.
I would be, if I wasn't doing this right now, I would be exporting some amazing video.
Mm.
And it would involve so many YouTube celebrities, all like naming animals that they made up. And there would be like collectible cards that go with them that originally I was going to make NFTs.
Mm-hmm.
But then
But now they will be.
now they're not nothing because
Oh,
because I have been told
yes.
I'm a cuck.
Wow.
And that's why you stopped.
I do whatever
Naming
gets me the
animals.
views and the likes. I have a left-leaning audience, so I'll do whatever they say. I don't have any opinions about these things, but I like to get the work done. So I don't want. I like to get it done. Grind set.
John Sewell says, "Oh, you got my letter."
What is your letter J for John Sybil?
Yes. I think he meant about the cuck.
Oh, right. Don't I have? I'm a card carrying cuck because of John.
Wow,
that's true.
that escalated quickly. What
Yeah,
a,
I don't remember when that.
we have a healthy
started.
relationship with our audience. I would say.
Thank you for admitting that. Yeah.
Yeah, generally pretty healthy.
Yeah, as long as they're leaning left, I'm leaning left. What? That's cool, isn't it? What would you be doing if you weren't here, Hugo?
Nothing. Streamers don't exist when they're offline, right? They
I don't
They
know. I've never
disappear
talked
into
to
the
you
void.
offline.
see.
That is interesting. We just
That is
sort of
interesting.
yes. We
I don't
never
even
like
know you exist in real life.
We
I
do.
guess I assume you do, but like there's no proof.
Turns out there's indeed no proof.
Wow, this sucks.
So what happens if we weren't here right now? You just power down?
Something like that. Yes. Something like that.
Emma wants to know if we have feet. If you don't see the feet,
They don't
then they're
exist.
definitely not there.
Yeah.
But I could, like, become someone who has feet.
Well, it could be
could
like
become
Schrodinger's
that way.
cat. Like it could be half a feet.
Can you
I have
explain
half
that?
a feet.
Can you explain Schrodinger's cat?
No. You're the
Me neither.
physicist.
Well, no, I'm the cheated on the physics and the chemistry guy.
Well, how?
Yeah, we're going
Give
back
us the
to
cheat
school.
answer.
Yeah. Okay. Schrodinger's cat's in the box, isn't in the box. You just need to believe me on this.
All right.
If
you
anyone
say so.
wants, if anyone wants to see my feet, just type in the chat.
No.
I beg you.
No.
I beg you, Ben. Show me your feet. But it has to be begging.
It has to be begging. Yes, and a
Thank
lot of
you
money.
for begging.
I think.
Yeah. Well, I
Lot-
just need the promise of somehow how are we gonna throw all these nice people who watch the stream and participate? How are we going to put them in our monetization funnel? Because what I'm thinking is, if we could get enough of them in from just the foot content is like the broad net, and we get them in, then we start telling them, look, I have this course, I have this course, I have this course in Patreon.
Isn't the foot at the end of the funnel? That's like the ultimate carrot.
Oh yeah, that should be the more expensive thing, the thing that everyone wants.
That's how you pull them through the funnel. You say there's a foot at the end of the funnel.
Yeah, there's a promise of foot.
Quitchman is the new manager of my Patreon, by the way. And whatever Quitchman says to do is what I'll do.
Turns out it's a patron tier.
To see my foot.
Cool.
Yeah.
Statistically, one of you is into feet, which is fine.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I'll throw you a bone.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I guess we're off the stream now.
Well, thank you all for tuning in. Marvelous submissions today. Shall we listen to a song? Actually, wet our palate.
That'd be great.
We have a track from Renal Mams called Symphony No. 1 in C minor.
Wow.
Ludwig.
That's cool.
And it sounds like this. Damn.
Yay.
That was cool. That was beautiful, actually.
Yeah, it's very elaborate in a not overly, like, not too much way, in a good way. Like, there was a lot of attention to the dynamics and a lot of cool counterpoint and like call and answer and then coming together and just a lot of parts and just a lot of good work there.
Yeah, absolutely. So well orchestrated also. Like, just like you said, how well it comes together with all the instruments. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that main like melody.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Yeah. And I love the jokes.
Mm.
Yeah, that was really epic and really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting because it was kind of like a reversal of the prompt. Instead of sampling his MuseScore, he was sampling classical music into MuseScore, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was kind of the joke, but I liked it. It was good. Yeah. Clever.
You know, the reason the jokes were funny was because of how well they fit.
Yeah.
You could have just had like a sudden, here, now we'll throw in some Beethoven.
Right.
But especially the ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum. What is that? Who made that one? Who made that one?
I think it was
Ben
for
Levin.
Elise.
Right. Yeah.
What was it?
For Elise.
For Elise.
But that part was my favorite of the quotes. I thought that was a really cool transition into that quote. And the half steps, like played really well into just the piece as a whole. So yeah, just hearing them kind of become that very familiar thing out of like a much more, I guess if it were a film score, it would be scoring like something kind of grand and distant rather than this thing we're used to hearing like on a really small scale. Hey, and then all like the puppets go like this. I liked that. I just like to talk and hear myself and look at myself.
I like the puppets
Wow.
too. It's clever.
No, but it seemed, I don't know how much stuff Mams has done on MuseScore or like like how much orchestral stuff Mams has written, but it definitely sounded like
It sounds
a
like he
good
knows
amount.
his stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it was well orchestrated. I mean, well arranged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought so. And also like a big part of why the MuseScore sound so good when they do, it has a lot to do with the music that's written for them. It's
Yeah, exactly.
like if you don't take advantage of like dynamics and good orchestration, then it does, sound like any other program.
Yeah. How often do you guys work in MuseScore for your music? Is it often like a starting point, or?
Almost never.
I
Okay.
do it a lot. I do it a lot on my actual albums. I write out, if I'm going to write rock music, ironically, I'll almost always write it in MuseScore.
Really?
I really like controlling two guitar parts on a very, very specific level, even if I'm writing something very simple.
Okay.
And I like being able to write very specific things with the bass. So I'll do like two guitars, bass, and keys. And I wrote all of Jelly Mound in MuseScore pretty much.
Mm.
And I wrote my new EP that I'm working on right now. That one all in
It's
MuseScore.
great.
Thanks.
Yeah. And that's old for you. You've been writing like ever since I've known you. Since 2009, you were writing your albums in a notation
That's true.
software.
I know if
Yeah,
you've
there's-
done video series of writing in MuseScore, so I knew it was like a thing for you, but didn't expect you to make a rock record in MuseScore.
I know, it's weird. That's part of why I chose to go that route. But yeah, like if I'm gonna write stuff that people are actually going to play, I'll usually write it in MuseScore and save myself some time. Yeah, because I'll eventually have to write out parts for people. It's a great tool. It says here that Mams has, so what Quitch asked, this is not the greatest symphony in the world, this is just a tribute. Haha. And then Mams said, first serious work on MuseScore. It only used MuseScore for like jokes or tutorials.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jelly Mound, was made on MuseScore. Yeah. Obviously, real humans played everything,
Yep.
Right.
including
Yeah.
Jessica on bass.
That was so fun. They were great
Yeah.
parts.
Thanks. Yeah, everything was notated and
Would you recommend it as a starting point? Because like, what's do you feel is the benefit of starting in MuseScore as opposed to grabbing your guitar or whatever instrument you play and
yeah. It's honestly, it's beneficial to me specifically because I wrote so much music in notation, like in the past.
Yeah.
So that's like, if I'm gonna write for clarinets and strings and a bunch of instruments that I don't really know, like I don't really know and winds and brass as well as I know strings and rock band. Basically, if I'm gonna write for those kinds of instruments, my parts are like, it's a crapshoot if they're good or not. But for instruments I know really, really well, like guitar, I think the ability to write something you can't play yet, but that you could play is really nice. If you start with notation, like even if it's in Guitar Pro and you're writing in tabs, like I think that's a really good way to write for your instrument if you play guitar, because you can write stuff that is within your skill set, but not necessarily in your hands yet. And
yeah, I think it's like the kind of thing where like it's just another starting place if you're feeling like stuck or bored with the way you always write. Like it's good you'll get a different result for sure.
Right. Yeah.
And then it's easier to get humans to play them as long as they read.
Right, in the sense that you can just give them the sheet.
Yeah. I don't think it's a very modern approach. Like most people, it's not the right fit. I think it's the right fit for me because I went to music school and all of my friends can read and stuff. Like the people I've been writing for the most are comfortable reading my pretty easy to read charts, by the way. I wouldn't write hard charts anymore, ever.
Do you feel like do you feel like it's easier to focus on the songwriting element of it or compositional element? Because what I found is it's a great way to not fall into guitar patterns. You know, like, pentatonic shape, woo.
Yeah.
The typical.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's great for taking something like the pentatonic scale and making it not so much of a shape and having it be more of a sound. But like Quitchin was asking if I recommend it for people who don't read standard notation. And it's like, I recommend it for people who don't sight read standard notation. Like if you don't have any experience reading, I recommend like using MuseScore as a way to learn how to read, definitely, but probably a slow way to write. But if you already are into reading music at all, then yes, I recommend writing with notation, not because of like it being better than writing in a DAW, writing at an instrument, writing with as you record, simply because, like you said, it gets you different results, gets you writing outside of your hands.
I guess you could technically also write in MIDI.
Yeah. And then you could.
And you also could write in the tab, like guitar tab.
Yeah.
As like a place to start. And I feel like even like I feel like just like approaching music notation software for the first time with being able to read is like a lot, just because it's like you're like figuring it out. You're like you have to like find the metronome to then like feel the pulse of how your rhythm is going. Like there's like a learning curve for sure. And like it's just like eventually when you get like the shortcuts and you're really fast like Ben, and you can switch like, oh, this is like the shortcut for a dotted quarter note instead of pressing the dot and the quarter and then N to put in the, like when it can become much faster and much more of a tool the more you use it.
Yeah That's actually an important note for everyone. And it's understandable if you are this way, but if you don't use computer shortcuts, it's much harder to really get in the flow with any piece of software. Usually the software is kind of playing you if you don't use the shortcuts. So anyone who uses a DAW here and anyone who uses MuseScore, which I think between those two things should cover everyone.
Probably.
Make sure you're really comfortable with your DAW's shortcuts and your MuseScore shortcuts.
It helps so much. Yeah.
Oh yeah. With new things I learn, I literally just keep a list by my desk, And I got this one lesson from Ben, which is every time you look something up to do on like a project, like, oh, how do you cut these clips? I forget. Every time you look it up and you do it, then you undo it and do it again and undo it and do it again so that you're doing it like many times the first time, and then next time you don't have to look it up probably.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Actually, I think Mam's idea of, because this what he said, I think that this was his first serious work in MuseScore, right?
Yeah.
I think I read he only did like little exercises and stuff in it. Like that's a good starting point though if you want to learn how to read music and write music as well. Just take like little chunks. Like don't have to make an entire composition there, but maybe you have like a guitar exercise you want to remember. Write it down in MuseScore, and it's like a good way to also get familiar with that language without spending 5 hours trying to figure out a section of the song, you know?
Yeah, it's so easy to export individual audio stems from MuseScore. So it could just be like, I want to make this chord fancy, and you type in the chord for flutes with tremolo and a crescendo. So it's like, you could just do that. Like, I'm going to just write that chord so that I can bring that into my DAW and have a cool sound for that one moment.
Yeah.
That can get you started.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that can get you started. I'm just a guy. I'm a character now.
For the rest of the time, I'm going to talk like this.
No.
Please do.
Screen cap your DAW and sell it on the internet.
Did you two actually get to write a piece of music for today?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, I was like, I was gonna write a Sweetie Cutie for this week, but it just didn't. It's not turning out right. And so this morning I decided to start over, and right before the stream, like 5 minutes before the stream, I finished this one. So I feel like
You pulled
I belong
you pulled
to
the
the all-nighter club. Yeah.
or which yeah.
Yeah, I am ashamed to be among you all. We're the procrastinators.
Oh no. Oh no.
But yeah, I'm in the hashtag 3 a.m. gang. I wear that crown of shame, and I'm just being mean because that's cool
Nice.
now.
Oh yeah.
No, it's not cool anymore. But yeah,
Now
I'm,
that Ben is in the 3 a.m. gang, it's no longer cool.
yeah, well, right.
It's over.
Oh,
I'm too old. I'm 34 now. I had my birthday.
that's true.
It's like that
Oy
meme.
vey.
How are you, fellow kids, or what is it?
Oh, yeah. Someone dressing up like a child, but isn't. Yeah. Yeah.
One of us.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have did finish it, but I haven't, since I finished it, I haven't heard it. So like I just did the 24-hour album style of thing where it's like throwing the effects chain on the thing and then exporting it, but I haven't listened to it.
Okay, that's
all the way
exciting.
through.
Yeah.
See if it's good. It's in your email, by the way. So is Jessica.
Oh, cool. Perfect. I'll squeeze them in a couple.
Cool.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Next up, we have a track from Bruno.
Yay.
Called Sayaw. Probably butchered it. Sorry. Love the flute. Really nice. chord at the end.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a beautiful
love-
flute melody. I really like that.
Yeah.
I feel like flute is
Love the
underrated.
ending. Right?
This is good. Yeah.
I love that ending where everything like the time like just kind of stops and that like pulse that was going the whole time just kind of clears away. It's like a really special moment.
Wonder how they got the flute to sound so like performed in the Muse sounds. I feel like the flute's one of the best like samples or whatever.
Yeah, it's really
The
good.
bunch.
Yeah, that's great.
So cool to write a whole piece leaning on the flute like that. And also it's cool how the upright bass or whatever, you hear the clack sound of like, I guess something's happening that makes the clack happen.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. I think Bruno wrote that it's based on the Sayaw style, which is a rhythmic style. I'm not familiar with it, but I kind of want to listen to more of it now because it's really nice. For people that are interested, I found an interesting video about it from percussionist Bobby Sanabria. I'll link it in chat.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm curious what would happen if Bruno this, but also Bruno voice, and then merge those two worlds. I think I missed that a bit. It was short, also. It was longer track. It was really nice. I want a longer track with vocals.
You really pissed Hugo off this time.
It pissed me off. No. I really liked it. I really liked it.
Yeah. No, I think, yeah, it's like the classic, the nicest critique ever is, I want more, and I love when you sing. So yeah, that's I always love to hear people's voices. I'm definitely like biased to prefer or to go for, not necessarily prefer, but to go for the opportunity to hear people's singing. Because I just like so it's more intimate to me sometimes. Like you get to feel like maybe you know the people better when you know their voice, as opposed to just their words in the chat, and
right.
That's just kind of a streaming song community thing for me. But this piece was great. I think it's cool how much energy and swirling there is, and how the arrangement was written to provide that, even though we're just hearing a dang robot playing everything. It's just a robot doing all of it. But it sounded so cool. I wish when I was in high school I had like sounds like of this quality when I was working in like Finale for the first time. I would have just released music that's just I just would have put out my MuseScore stuff.
Lucky kids these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally.
They're all spoiled and out of touch, and pop music sucks now.
Oh.
Back when I was a kid, no one got offended.
So true.
I'm so edgy. But you should have seen me back then. I was so much more edgy. I made kids cry, but they weren't offended. Yeah.
I believe it.
No, one of like the most embarrassing things, or not even embarrassing, but just shameful things in my life was I made someone cry real bad in elementary school.
Did you?
It's didn't like.
What did you
didn't
do?
like that. I called her a mean name when she she like I got off the swing, and then she took the swing like immediately, and I was like, hey, I was still on the swing, and then I called her a mean name, and then that hit her really hard. Like that I didn't hit her, the word hit her really hard and made her think of something much more than like what I had said, which I wasn't sensitive to her life. And so then she ran away, and they found her alive on the side of the highway. I just want to make sure
Oh
that
my
no one
God.
thinks that it's not that dark, but it was really horrible though, just like to make someone so sad.
Did you apologize?
I
Ben.
might have. I just can't remember that part. No, I don't think I ever apologized to that person as an adult, but then again, this was something that happened in maybe third grade, something, and then I knew that I went to that person's like bat mitzvah and stuff, so there was a lot more interactions after then, so I don't think it's like, yeah.
It was not an ongoing thing.
Yeah, I don't think this person has any ill feelings about me anymore. I mean,
Okay.
honestly, we never like disliked each other even after that. It was just a one-off.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
but I was
damn.
mean to a lot of people. I think I was kind of a mean guy. I
Really?
was nice to a lot of people. And I was mean to a lot of people. Yeah, that wasn't good.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, therapy session has started. We're talking about the
Yeah.
dark past of Ben Levin.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not dark enough to not talk about on stream.
But I feel like it's also good that if you're mean and you grow up to be a lot less mean, that's
Yeah.
a great situation.
Yeah. If you
I'm
look
better
back
now.
on it and you realize that that wasn't good, like, well,
Yeah.
at least you see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm not nice to everyone,
Uh-oh.
it's not- but it's not like because of stupid reasons.
Yeah. Cool.
Who's standing along the highway right now, Ben?
It's
Well,
inane.
a lot of Nazi adjacent YouTube commenters.
Mm. That's fair enough.
Yeah,
They can
but I
take a
don't
hike.
know. I'm not mean enough to them. I just ignore them.
That's probably for the better.
Yeah.
We have a track from Sumika and Dante called Weave Our Way Home. It sounds like this.
I heard them whisper my name. It's the sweetest of sounds, but it's laced in pain. A thousand faces and rocks, that's all I can see. Don't let the light of light hurry to your knees. I'll protect you, I won't force my way.
Whoa.
That was great. Very beautiful, expressive playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The MuseScore sounds were so nicely sound designed into that.
Mm.
That track did a great job of using the MuseScore sounds in like a finished sounding way.
Mm.
And part of it was, and yeah, I heard like choir and the strings and the piano, I think was the MuseScore piano, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure. I know the glockenspiel at the start is MuseScore, and I figured the strings would be, but other than that, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think I heard the choir towards the end, and
Okay.
yeah, just like all of it was fit in so nicely with the other instruments. That was like kind of the initial thing that made me so excited about the new MuseScore sounds, is like how you could use them for layering. And I think that was some awesome layering.
Yeah, for sure. I can see that. I thought
Okay,
the
Sumika played the piano.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense. It sounded
Yeah.
awesome.
I think maybe sometimes the mix was fighting each other a bit because of the amount of reverb there was in the track. Especially maybe the guitars and the drums later on, when there was really that sea of reverb going on. I think that's something you could pay attention to. Other than that, I mean, it's a really good track. Yeah.
How did you get those drums going? Were those recorded? Like, how were those recorded, I wonder?
Yeah, those felt real, very real to me.
I'm just curious, because
Yeah.
I haven't heard anyone mix MuseScore sounds with like an acoustic kit. Which it was really nice to hear that.
Mm.
That was really cool.
It was superior drummer too.
Okay. Yeah.
Well done. Well programmed. And
Yeah.
Good. A lot of what makes good programming though is writing good parts.
Yeah.
It's not just like how you finesse it, but it's the parts themselves, and those were really, really good parts. Yeah, I think like the climaxes were really, really, really big, and part of the bigness was it did sound symphonic, and I think that's just a great use of this prompt there.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I particularly loved that, like, I think, Hugo, you said it was the glockenspiel, like, just like the bell sounds at the intro and the outro, and the haunting piano. It was, like, the song is still happening in my head, and it's just, like, is really, really, like, sticky, like, great music. Yeah.
It's a sticky song.
I love it.
If you made the drums bone dry, and the I don't know, the bass probably is already, but bone dry drums, bone dry bass, that might be enough to bring everything forward a bit more, like Hugo was saying. But yeah, it's hard to like. I think creating more like clarity on that kind of music, meaning like big epic wall of sound music, it's often from just having some of the like the reverb basically take up less space in the EQ range, like cut the mids on the reverb, or it could be just a matter of like a couple of instruments being somewhat drier and like having more gradation of dryness to wetness. But yeah, you did a really good job blending those string sounds in the choir.
Yeah.
For sure. I think Sumika mentioned she personally didn't use MuseScore. I still want to encourage you to give it a try, because I think it could be a valuable experience. Just to kind of see how you would approach music if you tried it out. ultimately.
Yeah, I mean, everything Sumika does turns out great. So why wouldn't that?
There you go.
You might as well. If I were Sumika, I'd be like, anything I do, I'll do a good job. So maybe I'll try everything. I'd be scratching my big Sumika beard.
There you go.
Yeah.
We have Final Paragi next with a track called Song Chao 3. Sounds like this.
Nice.
Whoa.
Damn. That voice, though.
Yeah.
Such a powerful, expressive voice. Damn.
Yeah. It's like a nice poem.
Yeah. This is so inspiring. It just is like, it did not have like a million things going on, and it was like, maybe like 4 or 5 things total, and it was just so like a mood and a story and a lot of emotion from the singing, and also just from this bed of like, instruments. And yeah, I thought that was just like so cool to do so much with just a couple of things.
Yeah. It was very captivating because of that, I think.
Yeah.
Also, you have this area in your voice where it's just about to crack that I really like. That's such a cool spot in your voice. I love it.
It's like around there. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
That's cool.
nice. Really nice area.
Yeah. We like the area.
We do love
that
the area.
Gabe, keep it up with that specific area.
Yeah, work out that area. Right here.
Yeah, that's the area. Yeah, that's it. That I agree. That it really kicks ass.
Yeah.
Yes, kicks ass. Because I've been revisiting some of the things I say and wondering if I want to keep saying them. But I think kicks ass is still cool.
Is it still cool? Okay.
Yeah. Because it's just like saying like it does such a good job that it evokes a lot of harm to many individuals on a regular basis from behind when they're not looking. It's not so bad.
Harm is very cool, as we all know.
Well, as long as you evoke it. As long as you evoke it. Yeah.
I watch all of Oakheim.
I'm ready. You harmed me.
Oh my god. Live on stream?
My
Everyone
bad.
can see. We can watch this.
There goes my
I'm
YouTube
So
partnership.
powerful. Yeah. Sorry, Hugo, but this is more important than you.
Thank
my
you very
God.
much.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. I like the kind of when bless
you.
you. When enough space is in a track that it leans on the vocal performance, it gives you a chance to do a great vocal performance. So to anyone who is like interested in singing more like that, put yourself in the position where you have to carry the track with your vocal performance and then
Yeah.
edit the crap out of your vocals, like record a bunch of takes and get each word just the way you want it, and eventually you don't have to edit them as much, but that's a good way to get there if you're interested in dramatic singing stuff like that.
It's a good point. We have
Everybody go out and kick some ass.
we're gonna kick some ass with Mika Allen book, and it's called Winter Moods. Relatable. Yay.
Yeah.
Such a nice use of dynamics in this one, I found.
Yeah.
Like a lot of silence, and it creates so much tension and release, and it's really, really lovely.
That was like a silent movie, like amount of like drama and like cycling through different emotions. Like when you're just seeing the characters like, but like the music is really telling you everything. And yeah, that was really cool. I really liked, like, it felt like there was like something dark happening, but then there were like breaks in the darkness. Like,
Yeah.
oh, now we're just sitting down at dinner. But no, there's poison.
Yeah, at the same time, it felt very playful or something. Like I felt
Yeah.
that darkness, but it was also like kind of dancey and free at the sounding at the same time, which I thought was
Yeah, it
really
could have been
nice.
like sexy darkness. Like, oh no.
No.
Ugh.
Oh no. Oh no. This is sexy. Yeah, I think that
That
Mika-
needs to be clipped. I don't know if that's a thing on YouTube, but just the phrase "this is sexy" and then that line.
I like the
Thank you.
way that Mika found a lot of fancy corners of the Muse sounds, like the at the beginning.
Yep.
All these, I feel like it was a nice balance of coming up with musical ideas and reacting to how they were actually sounding in the program.
Yeah.
And also just kind of seemed like it was inspired a bit there. That piece was inspired by like 20th century, early mid 20th century, like harmonic approaches and like the melodies, maybe a little Bartok-ish, maybe. If I'm not speaking outside of my depth. But yeah, it how dare you evoke Bartok out of context. But yeah, it was cool to hear in this space, in this song challenge, something that was going for that, seemed to be going for that style and that period's harmonic tendencies, because I don't know how we would get that out of people on any other prompt.
Yeah, for sure. That's true. Oh, by the way, I think this is Jessica's song. I requested access to it, but you need to grant it.
Sorry.
So
no worries.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Jessica's
Thank
song
God.
has an interesting. Am I the one who has? Yeah,
I think-
you're the one who has it.
It's me, I think.
It's you. Do you want me to tell the story of your song?
Yeah, you tell the story.
I'll just start the story.
Sure.
Okay.
Please start the story.
Jessica wrote a song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job. I'm making a YouTube video about Bon Iver, and I'm making it with Josh Friedman. And Josh Friedman is like a Bon Iver expert.
Yeah.
And I'm not too shabby myself. Bon Iver has been my number 1 artist on Spotify 2 years in a row. I'm a 0.3 top listener, so that's a pretty big deal. 0.3. So I asked Josh if he'd help me with this video, and so we're starting with this song that's like very Bon Iver-esque, and sometimes Bon Iver will have strings just come in different parts of the songs, like out of nowhere. And so I only have just like this little clip. I might have more strings later, but that was kind of my thinking the whole time, is I would just use the MuseScore stuff for a moment, and then I found a cool moment. And so there's like just the string part, and then there's the demo
Okay, cool.
with it in it.
Should we hear the demo with it in it? Do you think people will catch it, or should we just hear the strings? for
Maybe
themselves
let's
first?
do the demo for the whole song first, and then in case they didn't.
So it's like a
catch
Where's
it.
Waldo situation.
It's a Where's Waldo. Yeah.
Okay, so if you can
Playing a
find
game.
the string thing that is from Muse Sounds that Jessica used in this song, then
Yeah.
I will personally
What are you gonna do?
I will put personally a hilarious string of emojis in the chat that is guaranteed to get a lot of people chuckling really fast.
Thank you
Okay.
for making everyone chuckle really fast.
Provocative chuckler.
Provocative emojis.
That's cool.
It's called Mantelpiece, right?
Yep.
Cool. Here it goes.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
You bounced it from the middle.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Cancel.
Cancel.
Uh-oh.
I have to resend. Ugh.
Wow.
Annoying.
In the meantime, let me just tell everyone the story of Jessica's song.
Thanks.
No.
We can
I'm not
also
gonna
check
do
out
that.
Igor's track in the meantime if we
Let's
need
do that.
a
Let's
bit of
do
time.
Let's check out Igor.
Here's Igor's tune.
That was very cool. I think I got Where Waldo'd on that. Did you hear where the Muse sounds were?
I read what it was.
Okay,
So
cool.
from what I understand, they're granularly, I can't speak, processed MuseScore samples.
Very cool.
Mostly at the start
Nice
and
work.
throughout it a little bit.
You tricked me, but that's cool. I like it
You
when
got
people
Waldo'd.
find unconventional ways to do things
Yeah.
because conventions are bad. Period.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I thought it was a nice way to
unique.
turn ultimately organic sounds into such a beautiful electronic soundscape.
Yeah.
Felt really otherworldly. It was really nice. I just wanted to explore that world longer. It was so short. I wanted more. It was
You're
nice.
pissed. I'm just kidding. I said you're pissed in case you
I'm so
missed it.
pissed.
Oh, good.
Can't you
yeah.
see how bothered and
You just
angry I am
I
during these
just
streams?
love the song so much. I just want to hear it again. Damn, I'm mad. Yeah, it's cool when people find ways to make the electronic thing feel so wet and bubbly. And I that's something I love about Sophie. And like I think
Right.
Sophie even said
Sophie's
likes to
very
make-
bubbly.
Yeah, and what she was saying, she wanted to make like wet. I don't remember the exact quote. Like wet sounds like crackle or like something about mixing the.
Different textures ultimately, right? Like plastics,
Yeah.
metals.
It was
Bubbles.
a cool. I'm gonna see if I can find the quote.
Yeah, I see.
Should I switch to my vocal fry and be like, hold on, let me see, Sophie.
Please don't.
Quote. Okay, I won't. It doesn't know which Sophie I want.
Igor's gonna work on this further, says Randy.
Nice.
I hope they do, because it's really nice. I really liked how the vocals were processed as well. They sounded really beautiful. Give us more Igor.
Oh well. Thank you, Igor. Yeah, I'm sorry I can't come up with this quote to compliment you, so I'll have to use my own words. You did a great job with the sounds. They were very cool.
There you go.
Some days I'm good at like using words to talk about music, and other days I'm just great at it. Awesome.
Mantelpiece bounce 3.
That's it.
That's the one.
That's the whole thing.
Oh wait. So there's 2 attachments, 3 and 4. It's 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bless you.
When my desk was dry.
I couldn't find help, so I did it myself, and it's on the mantelpiece. I needed you here, my spit in your hair, scrubbing off the dust of years. Time is up. Bring her out. Don't cry. Time is up. Bring her out. Don't cry. I fit in this tube, lived in this room, we plastered out the light. You taught me to flinch, called me a bitch when I woke up. I was froze, the blood was flowing from your nose, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Tell me so. Bring her. Don't cry. Tell me so. Bring her. Don't cry. You're always scared of something. You're always missing something. You're always scared. You're always missing something. You're always scared. You're always scared of something. You're always missing something. You're always scared. You're always scared of something. You're always missing something. You're always scared. You're always scared.
Wow. Damn.
Thank you.
That's really nice. Josh sounds really good on this too. Dang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he killed it.
Mm.
Yeah.
That was a winner, right?
Yeah, it was one take.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah.
impressive. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, we filmed it, so we
Mm.
had to do. Yeah.
I heard
How,
where the strings came in.
Yeah, you did.
Absolutely. Was the sax MuseScore too, or?
No, sax was real. That's my brother. He's
Oh,
really amazing.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's overpowered.
yeah,
It's a big collaboration then.
yeah.
Mm.
Big time.
Are they all in the video too, or?
They will be. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great video.
Yep.
Is it part of the series of you ripping off an artist ultimately?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like the original name, and now I'm just like more like how to sound like blank is like a slightly better title, but
Probably.
it's exactly the
Yeah.
same idea. I just didn't want to keep the like kind of negative connotation of ripping off
Yeah.
the person. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because it make people think they're ripping off people when they just use the techniques you taught.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just like I want the artists to see it and not click on it because they're like, what?
Yeah.
And be like,
Yeah.
oh, nice. You know, like
You could go back and change your titles.
Yeah.
And thumbnails if
I've-
you wanted.
Yeah,
If
maybe
I was
that's a
Big
good
Thief.
idea actually.
Yeah.
How to
Yeah.
sound like Big Thief.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
That's also something people actually look for. I mean, they're
Yeah,
a fan of it
exactly.
and that's what they want to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one searches how to rip off.
No.
Exactly.
How to scam.
How to scam. I bet people do look for how to scam.
They probably do.
That's a
look
good
that
name
up.
for a video. How to scam. And that's
How to
it.
scam.
First, tell a lie.
Success.
Yeah, I
Um,
love that song. It's wonderful.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Great
You
job.
did wonderful.
Mm.
Thanks.
We have a piece from Scully, and it's called Jazz or Something.
Wonderful.
Cool. Cool.
Cool.
That last chord wasn't part of it.
That was a great melody.
Yeah. Also, great guitar tone. Like so nice and warm.
I agree.
Yeah,
A
it
bit
felt
warbly.
really old.
Right.
Like it felt like it was of another time.
Yeah.
It's really special.
It is great. I agree with you. That was what I loved about it too.
Yeah.
Hmm. It's the tape emulator. Yeah, I figured
Yeah.
that's what it was. It's
Yeah.
sounds really good.
Great
really good.
use. I mean, having that paired with a style that is from the past, is great world building.
Yeah.
In just the timbres, and the melody was so cool. I guess I should elaborate more on why I liked the melody, because just saying I liked it is not that educational. When you have chords that have little surprises in them, you can think of them sort of like a squiggly line. They're not just like straight and narrow, like in the key, you know. That's perfectly cool, but I would call that a not very squiggly line. I'd call that a straight line, as far as chord progressions go. And so when you have a squiggly line chord progression, then you want your melody to be like a straight line that goes through it, and you like help guide people through the squiggly chords. And that's what you did there. And if you had straight line chords, you'd want to draw a squiggly line with your melody. And so you did the first one, the squiggly chords, straight line melody, and that was good.
Cool.
Nice.
I like that.
And we have a bad good day, bad day.
How squiggly of you.
Yeah.
Also, I thought it was a cool exploration of a pretty different approach for Scully, I think. I mean, it was still sounded very Scully, but tonally, I thought it was, something different. And I really like it. I hope you try out more of this. It's a nice, fresh direction.
More jazz.
More jazz.
Old
More
jazz.
Get older
Old.
and older and older and older.
Old.
Get so old that the vibrato is like a butterfly.
Get old or get dead. Damn it.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Gone.
Damn, roasted.
Yeah. Yeah, that was awkward. Okay, then.
Our next song, thank you for saying that, is from Parasocial. And
Very cool.
it's called After Year.
Year after year, winter's getting colder. Half a stone and half is grown, no place like home. I'm only trying to get by. Get by. It's a matter of time. Taking time to ruminate, to waste it, waiting for the world to change around me. Sleep more, eat less, restless and defensive. The lessons I've rejected, 'cause I didn't want them to be true. It doesn't get easier, you just get more used to it. When you're running out of hope, using all your skills to cope, that's what makes you. Year after year. Winter's getting colder. Brittle bones and hushed tones inside like a catacomb. I'm only hoping to get by. Get by. It's a matter of time to rejuvenate, illuminate, appreciate the ways I can be the change I want to see around me. So I'll eat more, sleep less, face what I've neglected, embrace what I've rejected, so I can be there for you. It doesn't get easier in the skies above a meteor. It's crashing into Earth, so please take my hand first and we'll be made new.
Yeah.
Yay.
Cool building. We were all getting into that groove by the time it got big.
Yeah.
It took us there really well.
Yeah. That was really cool.
I
love-
could say
Oh.
something, but I've worked closely with Johnson, so I'd rather give it to you.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I particularly, there's like a moment kind of early on with a format shift, like at the end of a phrase coming more and more. I thought that was like, that's my jam. I love format shift, and
Yeah.
that was really special. But yeah, I loved the chorus and how you switched them, and they like it meant like kind of like the opposite things, like the eating more or eating less, and sleeping more, sleeping less. Yeah, it was really cool. Like, I loved the flow of the song. It just like, it carried me with it, and I was just in it. It's great.
Great payoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think it's hard to do what you did there, which is get everyone going like this when you're supposed to go like this. That's a hard thing to achieve in my experience. And I like how the guitar tone was unconventional, and like it wasn't like a super distorted tone. It wasn't like a super clean tone. It had this kind of liminal space to it in between, like in between common tones, you know? And so when you had the ticka tickas going, those sounded really good. We liked the ticka tickas. We liked them. Ben liked them, or he liked them. Shit. I liked them. There we go. I liked them.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah. And I think that it was very poetic. And I guess oh yeah, the other thing was the vocal group vocals and harmonies, and like the change of shape of the vocals because of how many doublings or not doublings there were. Was also part of what pulled things along for me really nicely.
Yeah, I'm really happy John did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel sorry, go ahead.
Oh, good. Okay. I just also wanted to say, like, I'm getting really into vocals, like many tracks of vocals that aren't like perfectly lined up. I feel like for so long for myself, they had to be perfectly lined up and perfectly blended, and I'm becoming more and more of a fan of when they're not perfectly lined up, and how that feels like that, like we're, you know, consonants hitting at different times, and it's like a really cool, like more like casual and punky feeling that I am into.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I think it's really exciting how much you're exploring your songwriting lately, and you're getting more fearless, especially with your vocals. And like you said, like stacking vocals more and more, unprocessing them. I think you mentioned it in chat yourself. That's really exciting stuff. And I think kudos to you. It's a scary thing to do, and you're doing it. So well done. Proud of you.
For the vocals, the vocal blooming you're experiencing right now, I want to just suggest, and I've said this sort of thing before, so it might be old news to a lot of you, and I'll just keep apologizing for what I'm about to say before I say it. La 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 la. Let's just remove that. Note to self. Talk about that in therapy. All right. Starting over. One thing that would be really cool is if you mess with your falsetto. And one way you can do that is create a like something like this, just like a really simple drone. Put a lot of reverb on your voice and go. Just pretend you're like a flute or something, and find how high you can go and how low you can go. Your falsetto. Ooh, just make these sounds and just get to know that. Get to know that part of your.
That was an impressive falsetto right there. Wow.
Yes. When it goes. Yeah, I got a cool break and my voice sounds like autotune. But yeah, take your falsetto as low as it can go. You'll often find actually one of the metal growls is down there. That one. Sorry, Hineni.
That reminded me of when we were in Costa Rica and we heard the monkeys coming, or the apes, the ones, howler monkeys were like nearby,
like
and Ben was calling to them and they were responding.
Yeah.
It was insane. Ben was like, "Hey, what's up?" And they were like, "Nothing much."
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And they were like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa."
It was kind of scary.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that later. That's
in
awkward.
therapy.
Note to self: bring Jessica
Talk
to
about
therapy.
the monkeys.
Yeah. Welcome back to hell.
Yeah.
No, it's cool when you practice falsetto, just because even if you don't use it in your main lines, it's a great thing for those layers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get on it, John. I told you. You need to sing higher. Got to get that head voice in, falsetto in.
When voices like yours go high, it sounds very different than when they are in the middle, where you're singing. So it's like adding frets to your guitar, maybe like 100 frets.
And I'll also say I had this experience when I was in choir in high school, and the teacher was just like trying to get an idea of people's ranges, and also just like to see like what we have in the class. And so she was like going like the lowest and seeing who could sing the lowest and who could sing the highest. And she was going like, wow, who's still singing and, you know, hitting like one note after another. And I ended up being the person who could sing the highest in my class, which was cool, but it was really hard to control the pitch. And so I was like, and the whole class was like, it's high. And I just like, it was like a really like mixed emotion. Like I remember I was blushing and I was like, it's cool I can sing very high, but I also can't control it up there. And then like over time getting better at singing, I could control it more. And it's just something like, it's a weird part of you, like looking at your like the middle of your back in like a mirror angle that you normally don't see or something. Like it's like, oh,
Yeah.
That's there.
Let me show you
Right.
part of my, because this is about me at the end. That's
Yeah.
really great advice, but hold on.
Exactly. Put the
Look
food
at
on
this
top.
part of my head. No one ever sees this. I never see that.
Well, damn. Shocking reveal on tonight's stream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Incredible.
we got a doggy in February.
It do be a hairy back of
Last
the
year.
head.
Yeah.
Who knew?
When
Who knew?
the head is hair. When the head is hair.
Proud of you, John. We have a song from Hushed Hands called Lactose Incompetent.
Ah.
Yeah.
So I think I heard
Awesome.
the Muse Sounds Choir in there.
Yeah.
What else?
Maybe
The
the
whole
drums.
intro was a very big MuseScore.
With the big filter on it. Cool.
Yeah,
filter
yeah.
and
That was a
stuff.
very epic intro, by the way.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's a nice way to use the MuseScore. You get your like epic intro going.
Yeah.
Be like Dimmu Borgir.
I don't know that.
They're the ones that have that song that goes boom 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 da 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 da. And it's a, $0 must be issued forth behind the enemy's lies.
Okay.
The Chevy time. Boom 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 boom.
Cool. Nice.
Oh my god. That was
Yeah,
a
that
good
was-
impression of Dimmu Borgir.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you get it.
I do.
I liked the lyrics. I liked the form and shift, obviously. It was very fun and like big energy. Like it sounded like not the Kool-Aid Man, but like someone like really like like oversized for their environment, like breaking stuff and not caring, like
The purple chicken nugget from McDonald's.
yeah.
What's this?
Yeah,
Grimace?
grimace,
Or
grimace, something like that.
I can imagine that. That makes it even funnier.
Yeah.
I
It,
actually wonder what the vocal process is like, because those are some crazy vocals. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
I think it's
And
two
panned.
copies or two different pit or form and shifted vocals, panned left and right or something.
hard panned. Yeah.
It might be copied. Yeah, I don't know for sure.
I don't know. But
Mhm.
yeah, the one thing you can do is have something that's moving in the drum part that is also panned, because I felt like the width, there's room to explore. I know it's not a full mix for you yet, and so one thing I would consider exploring is the width when it comes in, and it could mean some high. Usually things get wider when there's something high that's on the far sides. So like like a shaker or piece of the drum kit that is panned all the way, and then maybe wide synths or like on one of the sides, those kinds of things. I think it just could use some more width.
That's
definitely
fair.
got girth.
Yeah, I think maybe the hi-hat was a bit loud, overpowering sometimes. And the vocals could have relatively been a bit louder to me, but it's like just nitpicky mixed things. I don't know. It was good. It was enjoyable, very funny. I liked it. Yeah.
We want to bless you. We want to keep you in our countenance and shine our light upon you.
Agreed.
Thank you.
We have Res Band with
Nice.
Oreo Monte.
Wow.
Super, super cool.
Yeah.
Very pretty. Great use of dynamics.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
panning.
Mm-hmm.
And the strings were just so like well written. Like that just they felt really good and real and took me away.
I love the use of the left to right panning and space and the call and response at the beginning that helped you kind of hear all the characters emerge and then they mush together, and really pretty, really nice movement. Sounded like maybe there was compression on everything, and if not, I did want to mention that it's really easy to use VSTs in MuseScore. I didn't know how easy it was. But did you see that in the mixer window?
It's
You can just put
literally like any DAW now. You can just
like a DAW.
throw in
So
your
cool.
other VSTs. It's incredible, yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's for all of you DAW heads out here. You can try putting some of your VST effects on your MuseScore tracks in the mix window. Yeah, so it is
cool.
compressed. Yeah, that's what I always do is I take it to Reaper to compress it. And now I saw that like you can just slap ozone onto the master fader in MuseScore.
Yeah.
Wild. Also love
technology.
the harp.
Mm.
Harp in there. It's cool.
I love the
would've
crescendo
thought
in
you'd
the
hate
middle
the
part, where everything built up to this huge wall of sound, and then you had those very pretty twinkly bits afterwards. That was very satisfying to me.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Yes,
curious if
that-
you wrote this alone or with the band, because of course the res band normally is
Right.
punk-ish, a little bit chaotic, fun, improv, jammy type of band, right?
Yeah. Well, that's cool. What you can do is you can turn this piece on in your rehearsal space
Mm.
and press record on some other device and turn this piece on, and then as soon as it's done, the band comes in and you improvise the next thing
Mm.
that goes after.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Thanks.
Be very interesting to see how you combine those worlds.
Yeah, thank you.
You broke your hand. You can't play guitar. Oh no. That's not
Oh.
fun. That's really not fun. Thank God you've got MuseScore.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're welcome, everyone.
And I guess you could still play harp. I guess.
Right, you go like this.
With the other hand.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's all you need to play harp.
Ben's really good at harp. Ow!
I didn't want to hurt her, but I did want to do what I did. Not knock her though.
Ben, do you have harp in your piece? I think we should listen to your piece.
Oh, my piece is strings,
Mhm.
flute, and piano.
Okay.
I took the audio. I wrote a thing, and then I took it and slowed it down to 25% speed in MuseScore. And I don't
Okay.
think I did it. Yeah, well, there's only one track that's not. There's two tracks that aren't MuseScore besides the vocals. There's a thing that goes like this, and then there's a drum thing.
But
So
no,
everything else is MuseScore.
no harp. Come on, Ben.
I hate harp.
This is
You
already.
have to put triple F on it just for it to stand next to trumpet at MF.
It's true.
What an unsatisfying answer, Ben.
You
Let's
got allowed
let's
in the
listen
harp if
to
you
it
want me
anyway.
to use it. I don't know if this is good, but that's fine. Doesn't have to be.
We'll keep harping on you.
Yeah, you better, or else I don't deserve my hand, I feel it moving, falling old and getting hungry for luck, for revenge. Well, I was 10 when I got upset, and I stayed upset below 24 years more, umbilical free, and out here freezing, all the out of touch is touching me. All the out of touch is touching me. I'll teach you to sing so you can sing to me. When I can't walk or use my lungs to speak or think of my name, I hope you'll sing to me.
That was really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
How'd you do those
Ah.
higher samples? The higher vocal sample. Did you
Um,
sample yourself or is it something else?
Yeah, that's me going to
And
or
then
something like that.
Oh, I loved that. That felt like
Mm.
really magical.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You said you
Very
slowed
cool.
down MuseScore or how? Yeah, it was
yeah.
really pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The flutes, strings, and everything sounded like they were like at 120 BPM, sounding pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
And then I brought them into Reaper, put the reverb on them, and then slowed that down to I slowed the flute down 50%, put the reverb on it, then slowed everything down 50%, which made the flute down 25%.
Mm-hmm.
So the flute was like 2 octaves below where it was written, and then everything else was 1 octave below. And then
Wow.
the
Right.
reverb
Yeah.
itself was 1 octave below.
Hmm.
And then I exported that as a pad and then built on top of it.
Nice.
Wow.
It's a really
and you
cool way
try-
of using MuseScore too. Just resampling it, completely, stretching it out like that.
Yeah,
Mm.
like if you go in and mess with some of the different articulations, like are the tremolos and
Mhm.
the slides, you can
And
find those.
pizzicato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can find some cool sounds in
Yeah.
MuseScore that are like money spots. Like it's like, ooh, that's like a really cool little
Yeah.
glitch or like good thing or whatever. And yeah, I just made a document of those and then pieced it together, slowed it down.
Yeah.
Glad you
cool.
liked it.
Yeah,
I-
absolutely.
I was having a little negative self-talk moment with it when I was making it, because it's like I think we all feel a little bit like, oh, we're up here giving people feedback, so we got to come in with stuff that's so good that it gives us
Right.
legitimacy. And then like I'm like rushing to put a song together this morning, and my vocals are like trying to get them warmed up and trying to get anything to be good, and
Mm.
nothing was good. And like I was like not into it. And then we got on the Zoom here to go live in like 10 minutes, and I was like, I only have 5 minutes left. And it was in those 5 minutes that like I just put the mastering chain on it, put the effects on the vocals, and moved a couple things around and played in that sample solo at the end. And that really was like a lesson in like, oh yes, songs don't generally sound that good till they're done. And even still, this is like,
Yeah.
it's a good demo. But I guess the point is just that it gave me some appreciation to the position everyone's in when they get their stuff in on time, even when it's like a close call or they had to make a lot of compromises. And it helped me appreciate how many people are like doing this every single month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Great
Yeah, that's a
job,
good point.
everyone, really. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of psychological obstacles that you have to face to get it done for this. And I haven't faced those in a long time because I'm Mr. 2 24-hour albums, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, I had some amazing musicians helping me do that. I
Yeah.
didn't do
Right, yeah.
24-hour albums by myself.
And you were streaming a lot
Yeah.
around then, so you were
Yeah.
playing, improvising in front of people all
so
the
warmed
time.
up.
And
Yeah.
I also want to say your vocal riff in the middle there was great, and
Thank
I
you.
really hear your practice paying off.
Yeah, I've been
And-
practicing the
Yeah.
Caroline Palachek's riffs. There's 2
Okay.
riffs that she has that I like. Well, I like all of everything she does, but there's 2 riffs that I've been trying to learn. The first one, so it's like and blooming overhead, the parachute. I've got to. Oh yes, and then this chord. I've got to trust it now. And the riff is oh.
It's fast.
Yeah, and then the
Mhm.
next one is what is this pulling me back the other way to street lamps, highways, and treetops.
Nice.
And I'm practicing
Nice.
those.
Great
They're
job,
hard.
man.
Thanks.
Wow.
They're spooky. Yeah,
Mhm.
just going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So are you practicing those in isolation, just up and down?
I'm
Like
mostly
transposing them
practicing
up and down?
with. That's a good idea. I should do them in other keys. Mostly,
Yeah, because
I've
then you
been
can make it more
doing
comfortable for your range and
Yeah,
then
That's
push
true.
the.
It'll lock in better if I do that.
Yeah.
I've just been doing it in the context of the song, "Awake from a dream," and then getting to the dynamics go up.
Yeah.
It's a good
Cool.
song. Check out "Parachute" by Caroline Polachek off the album
Polachek.
Pang. Polachek.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Oh yeah!
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for all the nice.
Thanks for
words to
submitting.
say.
I'll one up you, and my track isn't done because I decided, hey, I'm MuseScoring now with a choir. I have a choir. I am gonna write a piece for the choir, and so
Yay!
the piece is not gonna be a MuseScore piece anymore, and it will be video maybe, potentially one day.
Cool.
That's good. I'm glad you're doing that. I'm glad you're going on that journey.
And you
Yeah.
just have a choir?
I don't have
you
my own
keep?
choir. In my pocket, yes. A tiny
It's cool.
pocket choir.
But tell them how you're dealing with your 30-year-old person crisis.
My 30-year-old person crisis? Which one?
The one where you went out into the world and started meeting more people and joined a choir, and now you're writing music for that choir 'cause
Oh.
they like you so much.
Aww.
But I think they know the story. But I joined a choir after the pandemic because I thought, hey, I should probably do stuff IRL again after doing so much internet for so long. And I joined a choir, and it's nice. It's
And now
good.
you're writing for the choir.
Now I'm writing for the choir.
So you
and,
do have a choir.
I do have a choir. It's just not my choir, but I'm
That's cool.
part of the choir.
But that's cool.
That's
like
very cool.
that. See, everybody, this is cool. Good lesson
Thank
for
you.
all of us. You go out there in the world, you take a chance, and then you don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen. You never know. You never know where you're gonna go. But you can't go back in time, though.
I for sure didn't think I would join a choir. That's like the last thing thought I would do, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And it's really helpful for developing your vocals, actually. That's why I did it ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. So to be continued.
Yeah.
You'll hear it later. Instead, we have Quitchman with a track called Shell Shocked Sincerity.
Good job with that melody.
Yay.
Cool
Yeah, very
melody
melodic.
stuff.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice. I could see that working into your new Oh, well, let me make sure I'm getting this right. Quitchman was doing electronic music recently, right? A lot more? Or is it Witch King?
Witch King did a lot of electronic music, but I think one of Quitchman's recent tracks also was electronic.
Yeah, it was like a new
yeah.
like they did like what's like a kind of dancey thing recently. I might have my witch and my quitch swapped in my head.
You're mixing up
Quitch.
your witches and quitches.
Oh yeah,
Right.
kind of pumped up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could pump this up. Like you could just export this and stick a kind of thing under it or whatever, you know, just a thought, because in my head that was what you were already doing elsewhere. Who knows? but yeah, it's really cool, and it had a nice rhythm to it and really great melody.
Oh yeah.
And the harmony opened it up nicely afterwards. So
Great
nice
job
how it
justifying
developed.
that. Yeah, the harmony justified the twists and turns and the melody.
Yeah.
It's actually funny you mentioned the more electronic-y track, because I was wondering how this kind of MuseScore exploration would combine with Quitchen's more proggy guitar playing.
That's a good idea. You could be like that Ingve live with the symphony thing. You could be like that. Get your gold chain out.
Hey.
Huh?
Hey.
Hey,
Get your gold chain out.
get your gold chain out.
Yeah. And I saw that there was like a little bit of like I didn't have a lot of time and stuff like that comment as we started listening, but I still like, I think this is like obviously good that you showed, and like this is something already, and yeah, it's like already kind of like this beautiful like meadow, and it would be very, very cool to electronify.
Yeah.
Especially like the middle where it has that groove in it. Yeah. It's great.
You came up with it quickly too, because I know you were writing it during our Patreon sessions. And you mentioned being a little bit stuck, like creatively, but you got something together. I'm glad you did. It's really nice. I hope you keep just chipping away, because like even if you do like little fragments of music every now and then, I think that's a good way of kind of keeping the habit and ultimately getting out of that block.
And
Sometimes
Quitchman's
helpful
first-
to even keep like a journal of that kind of stuff. What I like to do, I think I got this from Ben actually, is to keep a single project and keep building. Every day write like a little bit in that project, so you end up at the end of the week with a fatter project that you can listen back to, and you're like, oh, well, this is interesting. There's two ideas here that kind of could work together, and maybe I should actually try that out. And you get the ball rolling little by little, and that's how you hopefully get out of it.
Yeah. And as someone who's been really blocked before, I'll say it once, I'll say it a million times. You gotta do the Artist's Way. The Artist's Way is an amazing course, and it feels like really odd because it's like focuses on journaling a lot, and it's like the things that you're working on are like journaling, answering like really introspective questions about your stuff.
Is it the Julia Cameron thing?
Yes.
I literally just finished that book.
No way! Whoa. Very cool.
Did you
so,
do
yeah.
it? Did you do
Yeah.
it with like the writing and the
And the
did you do all
artist
the
dates
exercises?
and everything?
Yeah, I did the entire thing.
Fuck yeah!
Whoa!
Damn.
Breaking gender
12
norms.
weeks.
It was nice.
Most of the most there. So Jessica, from my perspective, was like profoundly impacted by this, and then has recommended it, of course, to all of her artsy friends. And it seems to be that for the most part, men don't take you up on it. They don't listen.
Yeah.
But lots of women did, and they
Yeah.
all are like,
Yeah.
going Super Saiyan now. And it's like, so that's what I meant when you're breaking gender norms, because I realize no one will understand what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah. What was your experience with it?
I liked it a lot, but a lot of it I already kind of did in my daily routine. So it was kind of double. It was, I guess, mostly a nice reminder that I should keep doing this, because it does happen that after a while, especially when you're stuck in like a creative block, you also kind of start second guessing the things that you're already doing. Like, is this even working? Why do I even bother writing every morning? Like, I could be doing something else. But it was nice to kind of, as a refresher, and kind of look at it with like from a different perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's definitely, it's like, I think it has problems in it, like when it was written, and just like kind of who assumes you are as the person trying.
I found it too religious.
Yeah, too religious, and then also like some things are like pretty privileged things.
Yeah,
like in terms of time and in terms of like, examples she gives of like treating herself. One of them is buying a horse, and it's just like that's unrelatable. But
let me just buy a horse.
Yeah, but I think overall it's really great, and I think it's like, I feel like it profoundly helped me with self-talk and with like opening to the possibilities of other things I like, and can like creativity is creativity in any form. So like me, like coloring in a coloring book still helps me write songs later. Like it really like draws a line from one thing to another, and like I've seen it help me and so many people. It's great.
It did make me start collecting affirmations also. Like whenever I had like a good email or a nice message, I'd just screenshot it and put it in a folder.
There you go. That's great.
It's really helpful, actually. I always thought it was a bit silly to do that, but no, it's cool. It's actually really nice.
Because you just, like, our brains work so you don't remember the good stuff.
Yeah.
They don't stick like the bad stuff does for survival reasons.
Yeah,
but
probably.
you gotta feel good sometimes.
Especially if you're trying to be creative.
Yeah. For sure. Well, that's really cool.
That's so funny.
I'm glad to hear.
You bring that up. Yeah. Yeah, Quitchman, buy a zebra. Exactly. Just buy a zebra. There you go.
Wait. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Nah.
It's not happening. Forget about it.
You
Too
got
expensive.
a long way to go.
Well, that's affirming. That's an affirmation if I ever heard it.
Age?
Nyai Tsupi has a track called The Left Behind Stare.
Cool.
Nice. That's really pretty.
Yeah.
Really beautiful textures. Very poetic.
Yeah, I think that is the most favorite Nyai piece I've heard so far.
It's very
was
different
just-
for a Nyai piece.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I
cool.
feel like it's cool, like how this format, I think, of the notation and everything has brought out, these new qualities, but still feels like Nyai, like
Yeah.
But I think just like the guitar and piano that you played, combined with the MuseScore, like
Yeah, that was really
had this great timbral set. And when the MuseScore went away and it was just like the guitar and piano for a while, and then it came back, and then this like melody that kind of is like ping ponging all over this space, and it's very hard to predict, but very easy to follow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It felt like very like sun coming into like a really like nice day where you're just like it's like the kind of moment that you have that you're like, I'm gonna think of this later when I think of like my relationship with this person. Like this is like just like a beautiful memory that we're making right now. It's kind of like very sentimental and like filled with like golden light. It's
really emotional piece.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is a good medium for you, or like a good workflow for you, from my opinion. It's like using
good choice of instruments, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think sometimes notation can help us like get very, very specific in a grounding way, or it can get us overly specific in a disorienting way. But in this case, I think in a very grounding way, where it's like, I feel like every idea would have been hard to like think of and remember, but because you have it in notation, you're able to like have this extra level of complexity, but it was done in such a way where it was just beautiful. Great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. I wonder if sometimes the piece could benefit from some rests, so you could have some phrases sink in more. I do like what you said, like it's very unpredictable, but good, easy to follow nonetheless. I wonder if you would contrast that with the occasional moment of rest, just how that, maybe even more so how that would affect what you wrote. If you write like more specific melodic phrases that repeat, for example, just before a rest. So it's kind of like a conclusive sentence or something. Or
this could go great as like a 3-movement thing, where this is like movement 2 and movement 1 has a lot of space in it. And then movement 3 would be very big.
Yeah.
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 That's a really cool idea.
Yeah, more. I would like more of this. It's really cool. Cool direction for you. We have Witch King with a track called Classical Rhyme Song Challenge Edition. Yay.
Very cool.
A nice ASMR like intro. It's really chill.
Mm-hmm.
Of that intro, yeah. I think that it would be interesting to see if you took all this MuseScore stuff, highlight all of it, and click on the little staccato button and take all the strings and make them pizzicato the whole time and see what that does for your low end, see what that does for your thematic development with the intro stuff. Because the pits strings in MuseScore, I think, would blend super well with that guitar. The low end between the piano and the strings might interact nicer, specifically in the very, very, very lowest notes. And that would be interesting. I thought of this because I've been doing that experiment with my pieces and almost always prefer the staccato version. So it's a weird thing that you only get to find out
That's
if you
fun.
try it. Yeah.
Thought about pizzicato,
Well,
was
it's in the
too
text.
shy.
Yeah, so you can find pizzicato in the text widget, and it's pizz, P-I-Z-Z, period. And what you do is you click on the first violin or string note that you want to have it on, and then you click pizz, and it takes care of it for you. It'll all be pizz at that point.
Or you can drag it over to a specific note that you want to start
Nice.
the section, like start.
If you wanted to go back to Arco again, you're looking for Arco, A-R-C-O, text menu.
Yeah.
Which you can also drag and drop.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea. I think it would be interesting for Witchy to explore MuseScore more, because I thought this piece was really nice.
Yeah.
To also explore dynamics in the piece, maybe some crescendos and decrescendos. Yeah, that's cool. Nice to see another new direction for Witchy. I mean, we're seeing Witchy explore a lot of genres. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is very, I could tell there was a lot of choices being made all the time. And when you're making a lot of choices in a piece of music, you're learning really fast.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool to experience kind of like the moment where like things shifted into like the MuseScore land, and yeah, it just like the way that then like the instruments like interacted with each other after that, and how like it just like gives it such a like specific feeling when you come from like real instruments to MuseScore, and like it's like I can't really describe, but you all know like there's just this like really, it's like special, and it's not like, it's kind of hard to pin down, but gives a really interesting feeling. And yeah, I think it'd be very cool to like explore like very blending and very not blending.
Yeah, like the MuseScore, sometimes it, depending on how you use it, like in Sumika, in Dante's piece, it fit in very naturally, so it didn't really change the vibe. It was just enhancing the vibe. But
right,
when it's like apparent that MuseScore has entered the ring, to me it's sort of like putting an 80s video filter or like a bad TV filter on like a video, where it's like
now it's stylized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very stylized.
Check out Jessica's new course, Blending for Musicians.
Yeah, I mean, we had a smoothie today, and
it was pretty good, right?
It was great. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. I loved it. I'm glad we're back to making smoothies again.
Yeah,
and
I
I
used
really
molasses. Which was
that's cool.
a cool, new
Ooh,
thing.
decadent.
Yeah.
Ooh. When I say we're doing smoothies again, I really do mean we, not just Jessica.
Aw.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do smoothies.
Yeah. We love smoothies.
If you've got good recipes, I need them because I would like to do smoothies, but I never have.
Oh, you should watch the series
Ah.
on YouTube called Smoothie Madness. It's so good.
Yeah.
Smoothie
It
It
madness.
definitely inspired my smoothie making
Yeah,
today.
it's
But
a
I can give
game
you
show.
a recipe. You just generally want fruit you really like
Mm.
and a liquid you like. Yogurt is good to add in, and I always add some spices like cinnamon. And like
Right.
I always add like a little bit of an acid, like apple cider vinegar or lemon, and that like
Yeah,
evens
yeah.
things out. Yeah,
I got a good easy recipe for you.
yeah.
Banana,
Strawberry.
strawberry, oat milk.
I don't like banana at all. It's
No
the worst.
banana.
The worst thing.
That's
Whoa,
funny.
I cannot.
Your
that's okay.
thank
uncommon opinion.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If it's
It's sort
hard
of
in
a plain.
life.
It's sort of plain fruit, though. Like
Is it the
banana.
texture? Or is
It's-
it the flavor?
It's the
Or both?
texture. It's both, but
Sure.
it's the texture. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So you wouldn't
it's-
like to drink it either?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, I've got one for
It's
you.
a
I've got one.
mushy baby puke texture. It's disgusting.
And speaking of puke, if like when I have puked, like had the flu, I'm puking a lot, and I eat bananas, it tastes exactly the same going up and out, and it
No wonder.
makes my throat not so bad.
Yeah.
I highly recommend if you like bananas.
Is a good puke. Okay, I got one for you. I got one for you.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna take. Wait,
Mhm.
what was it? Oh yes, pear.
Pear.
Pears.
Really?
Pears. I'm trying to replace bananas.
How about mango?
Okay.
Mango's the shit.
Well, here's the problem with mango.
Yeah.
You need so many mangoes.
You just get the frozen mango.
How about
Oh,
pineapple?
frozen mango.
Does that work?
Yeah. Pineapple.
Yeah, pineapple, mango,
Banana.
strawberry.
Pineapple coconut will make your pee-pee go up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What?
Pineapple and coconut. That's good combo. It'll
Yeah.
make your pee-pee go up.
Okay. I'll make sure to get some pineapple and coconut.
But
There you go.
I need my
I
pee to
highly-
go up.
Ah, straight to the moon.
if you do all frozen fruit straight to the moon,
Yeah.
it's super easy because you just put in the frozen fruit with like oat milk or whatever, and it just
Mm.
it's all cold,
It's almost better.
Yeah.
Because it's
pre-prepared.
prepared.
It's prepared. So you don't have to chop no mangoes or in the inside of a
Right.
pineapple, the outside of a pineapple. You put in the chunks. It's good.
Yeah.
And I put in a bit of spinach, but I feel
See,
like that's
that I
kind of
tried.
an advanced move.
That's
You
the
have to,
only
like,
kind
know
of
the
smoothie I
amount.
tried to make was some
Yeah.
kind of spinach healthy thing. And it was really disgusting.
But that's
Yeah.
hard.
You gotta go.
You
You
gotta
gotta,
go
go,
with sugar,
slow.
fruit.
You gotta start. You gotta start with just yummy, and then add
Yeah.
in the spinach till you get like the ratio.
Right. You
Mm.
know, it's yes, it's easier to deal with
Yeah.
a little bit of kale, I think,
Yeah.
than any flavorful healthy
Okay.
green.
I mean, spinach was in that one today.
It was great.
Yeah, I think blueberries and ginger and molasses really. You wouldn't even know the spinach was there. You
Alright.
just got
Yeah.
all these other strong flavors
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, that makes sense. I should try
Yeah.
again.
You could do also with smoothie. You can make your own pasta sauce. You do. But
This is turning into a blending.
you can
stream.
do tomatoes in the smoothie. Tomatoes, basil, and mozzarella, and it's
Mhm.
that trio that everyone likes: basil,
Yeah.
mozzarella.
Caprese.
But it ends
Yeah.
up being a sauce for your pasta.
It's great.
Mm.
Yeah,
That I
that
guess.
is a really. That was nuts
It's
when
good.
you made that. That
It's
was
really, really
good.
rich, but it's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Everyone, go watch Smoothie Madness on YouTube.
Blender for
It's
musicians.
Yeah, you make another course the exact same
Yeah.
name, but it's all smoothies.
Do you two want to do some vocal runs? And I'm going to go grab some water. Thank you. I'll be right back.
Oh.
Gah.
There are more courses in the works. Ben and I and Josh are very near to finishing a course we made together about music, and it's so good. I'm so excited. Of course.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Back.
Ugh.
Back. Oh, yeah. Back.
Oh, I'm muted.
I'm not.
We have a track from Dead Emails, and it's called For the Love of the Process, or To Beat a Pillow for 10 minutes. And then the rest is cut off. Maybe it says more than that.
Gulp.
10 minutes straight.
I eat what I am. I am what I eat. I fuck what I am. I fuck what I see. I fuck with no one. I fuck with myself. I fuck everyone. I fuck myself. I fuck my containment. I fuck my
It is so
Whoa.
cool.
All right.
It's so cool to get the audio of you beating up a pillow.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
works so it's so rhythmic. You doing that is such a rhythmic process.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for letting us know about all that intimate secret stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All the things that got fucked.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then the sound with the pillow is like very like, whoa,
Yeah,
what is this?
that's
It's
intense
very
music. You did a
cool.
good job making
Yeah.
intense music.
Yeah, I know Randy
Personal
was very
stuff.
cautious of sharing this, but I'm very glad he did. And I actually would like you to encourage you to do that more, because I think this kind of high intensity expression is usually the stuff that matters.
Yep.
It helps.
So
Yeah, it gave me like Nine Inch Nails vibes.
Mhm.
for me, it
I
made me think of Shushu.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are some bands we really like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff. Yeah.
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 I think it's important if you're ever feeling like, should I put these words in the song? That you do.
Yeah.
You don't have to show the song to people, but you should definitely be making songs about your intense feelings. And thank
Yeah.
you for sharing that with us. It's really
Mhm.
cool.
Very cool. Yeah, it's almost like while you're making this song, you're like in a bubble where you're like, you would say things that like you wouldn't want anyone to hear. Like you're like, I will never show this to anyone while you're writing it. And then as you get further along, you like open the bubble to more and more possibilities. Very cool that you shared it with us. I think
Yeah.
it's important.
For sure.
I like what you said because it's a gradual process opening
Yeah.
up about stuff.
Yep.
And sometimes there isn't a good medium for it besides music. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to go to Thanksgiving dinner and catch everyone up on your life? Tell them everything they need to know to understand you and get all the context and then tell them your personal thoughts? That doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, and Hugo knows
them
a
about-
lot about Thanksgiving.
Yeah. He
Everything.
loves Thanksgiving.
I love it.
It's
I
a
love to
common
talk about-
experience.
Beating up my pillow on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And I think, though, it is a common experience for artsy-fartsy people to end up at a family get-together, some sort of multi-generational party that's brought together by genetics and marriages and a holiday. So it's a group of people that's the reason they're together. It's very common to have the side of you that does music be completely missed by most of the people in those settings because their metrics for what you do are different from the metrics you hold yourself to. For instance, they want to, when am I going to see you on Colbert? When am I going to see you on the shows where I see, like, their idea of like what a musician does is wherever they see music, that's what their idea is. So people who go to symphony concerts, they'd be like, oh, but do you ever play in like any classical ensembles? If they watch TV, they'll be like, when are you going to be on Saturday Night Live?
Or like The Voice or something.
Right.
You can't catch these people up on your life and get them into the music without like them hearing it. Like that's the only way to get them on the page is to play a house show in front of all of them. And they don't necessarily deserve that. It depends on the family. If you do feel comfortable playing your music for your family, I think it's a good idea. It makes it so they do understand you a little better.
Yeah.
But if it's
Right.
not an option for you, then, well, what I'm trying to say is it's this gradual process trying to really have people like know you and to really know other people. And usually you can't know someone else if they don't know you. Like you might think your uncle who is just like, but do you make any money doing it? Will never connect with you, but it's possible that if they did understand your music and where you are as an artist and what it means to you, then they might tell you about something about themselves that you had no idea about that really matters to them. And starting to put these thoughts into songs is a good way to connect.
I agree.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
without
and-
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. with the like people in your life, like not having an updated sense of where you're at with music or wanting it to be different. I feel like it's just like it's really hard emotionally, and I think it's helpful to see like the box that they're looking through, like if that's the thing that they like can understand about what you do, or if that is what they like. Yeah, and it's like a lot of people aren't open to learning about it, and don't make it like safe for you to show them your stuff, and that's okay too. Like you show us, and yeah, it's really tough. I've had really tough stuff with my family and my music, where I just want them to listen to it and they don't, and there's not a lot more you can do than sending an album in an email, like when you live as far away as I do. But it's just like it honestly helps me cherish people more who do listen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah.
Jessica's about to play a house show for her family for the first time ever.
Oh.
I guess the second time I did play at Colleen's on the solo tour with Courtney.
Second time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the music is a lot of personal stuff to her family.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be alone for 6 days. 7 days.
You've got Hineni. Or are you taking Hineni?
No, I'm staying with Hineni, but Hineni will definitely keep me company and keep me busy. And the thing is that we really rely on each other. We're a very team raising our doggy.
Yeah.
And so doing things by myself, it's going to be sad.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will do a good job.
You'll do it. You can do it.
Yeah. You're a wonderful dad.
Looks like I might be able to schedule a play date too.
Ooh, not bad.
That would be great to have a doggy play date. That's
Yeah.
always good. Good for you, everyone.
We have 2 more tracks. 2 more tracks. And the next one is from Stealth Mouse, and it's called Rainy Afternoon.
Yay.
Great choices for timbres
Mm-hmm.
to use the South Mouse is a skilled drummer, so to use the more stripped down electronic drum approach was really cool for this.
Yeah, it was like it worked really, really well. It was very like cute beat.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then yeah,
A cute
just-
orchestral lo-fi.
Yeah, it just worked really, really nicely in a way that like obviously like we've listened to a lot of people's different approaches. This was like something new, and that really worked. It was really special.
Super chill vibe too. And I love
I
how
would
the
study
horn.
to that.
Oh yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
You can do your chemistry and physics to this
Calculus,
tune.
yeah, physics. Sorry, yeah.
I love how the horn was also so like obviously meaty because it has like such a specific aesthetic to it, and it really worked well for this track, especially. That was very pleasing. Yeah.
I think if you're gonna go with the MIDI sound and these cute sounds, you gotta go all the way, and you did it.
Yep.
Very cool.
Very true. Be interesting to see Stealth Mouse write for little video game scenes or something.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
that could
always
work well.
telling people that if you think that you should do, if you want to do video game music, I feel like you can either take existing video game footage and just score it your own way, just to show people. I don't know about if it's legal to post, but another thing is you make your own fake video game like moment using
Blender.
well, there's
for
a lot of ways you
musicians.
could do it. Yeah, you could do Blender for musicians. You could use Blender. You could use Unity game engines, Unreal Engine. Like in Unreal Engine, for instance, there are all these preset like games, like first-person shooter, third-person shooter, and you can just swap the skins on stuff. And for our purposes as musicians, it's like you just get some gameplay footage of running around, and then you throw your music into it, and it's just a good area for people who are interested in video game music to make fake, the appearance of a game.
Yeah.
To score.
Yeah, cool idea.
I mean, I know that there's people out there who are not interested in AI art, but there is a way to do ethical image generation with regards to copyrights and stuff like that. It's not necessarily what they're doing right now, but if that's a big concern of yours, DALL-E 2 is copyright cleared, and you could go on to DALL-E 2 and generate a bunch of video game character images, just have them on the screen like Pokemon or whatever, and put your music against a slideshow of images from your imagined video game, and it's a good way to get some of that extra vibe, like satiate the video game vibe. People are always like, oh, this sounds like it would be from this game or that game. Like you can play into that. That's showing a desire for people want to hear it paired with the game. So quick note about AI art. I just want to update everyone because we talk about it sometimes.
Sure, yeah.
Something that's concerning to me.
Uh-huh.
One of the big arguments against AI art is that it's like stealing work from all these people who didn't consent to have their styles and like images used, because the art's generated based on a large data set of artists. That's a good point. And I want to just say it doesn't have to be that way. Like you could make a model that is based on cleared images, which is DALL-E 2 has done that. Stable Diffusion, which is the open source one, is using copywritten images without consent. So there's, all kinds of legal implications there, and it's going to be a thing. But try not to get confused by the people who blindly hate on this tech.
Yeah.
the things they don't like about it are generally addressable, and could be, all of this stuff is like super useful to people who want to express more. So for instance, like a nice cleared data set could be just images from before 100 years ago, because every piece of media that was made before 100 years ago is cleared now. And so like you could train models based on that, and then give people the like a template for putting in their own pictures, and you could make your own style pictures on your own, of your dog or whatever, and that would be really good. And then that's just my current update that I'm trying to share with people, because I feel like that AI art is like, it rubs people the wrong way, the same way as NFTs, but NFTs weren't solving a problem. They were just creating a new problem, and then saying like they were creating artificial scarcity and asking people to pay. And then there was the pollution side of it, which is complicated, but then there's like, it was also attached to crypto, which is like a whole other thing. But the AI art stuff, this is just a growing field of art. Like nobody's gonna like whatever it, like what, like if you look at some art made by people side by side with like Midjourney, they're like, you care what the story is behind the art. Yeah. So yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I just get into rant mode. So now I am back. Now I am back.
Welcome back. No, it
Thank
makes sense. It was a good point, I think. Yeah. Because, I mean, it's definitely an issue a lot of people talk about now with AI, now that it's more mainstream, I suppose.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing where I see it becoming like a boycott AI art type of vibe, and I just think that would be very similar to boycott autotune, boycott DAWs. Like you can already see it, like Rick Beato's like drawing the comparison between how AI music generation is possible because of autotune, which is roboticized music, and it's like AI music generation is actually very, very cool. If you listen to how it sounds right now, it does not sound like people. It sounds like something else. It's just new stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. All the tools could be done better. So let's not throw them out. Let's just care about how they're done.
Yeah.
I really like the tools that aren't just generating art, like that are used in software now.
Well, I think the power is also like you don't have to just generate something and be done with it. Like it can be just a starting point to like get you somewhere else.
You don't technically own the copyright to an image that you just generate and don't do anything to.
Right. That makes sense.
My
dad too has been heavily into Midjourney lately, and he's just been editing stuff that he gets from there into other things.
That's very cool.
Yeah. I ended up using it to help me make a music, like an album cover, when I just like was getting stuck with idea generation, and I was like, what about like these ideas? And then I could like, you know, use the general like form of something, or a tiny detail from one and a tiny detail from another, and like trace them and make them my style. And then they kind of seamlessly fit with the rest. And it was just like, wow, that would have taken me way too long if it was just my brain on this. It's very cool.
For sure.
And you changed it big time.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Chat
It's just
GPT
relevant to
can
the
write
community.
lyrics for you, but they're, you know,
rough.
they are something.
ChatGPT isn't good at creativity, but it's really good at
advice, right?
Advice, and it's good at like. So there are a lot of ways to train a doggy how to walk on a leash. There's a lot of ways. Some of them are very cruel, in my opinion, and there are so many ways. But if you ask ChatGPT, how do I train a dog to walk on a leash nicely, it'll only give you one answer. How does it pick that answer? And with all these different methods, why does it pick the answer it picked? Well, I asked it and it picked the way that I do it. So so that was cool. They didn't do cruel ways, but that was like such a question mark for me, is like, how did it pick that one? Because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So something to think about when you're using this as an alternative to Google, because that's like the next thing with it is like, you can, like, how do I convert my shed into a greenhouse? Well, if you look on Google, you're going to get a bunch of resources of people explaining it, and they're going to be like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And then you're going to have to like fight through all their content to find what you're looking for. But with ChatGPT, it's just the facts. So yeah, it's like an alternative to Google searching. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Think of it.
Soon it will be like what you use with like the person AI like explainer video, going like, "Hey guys, welcome back to my channel."
Yeah, I love like the bad AI. No surprise, I love bad AI results. They are very funny to me.
Yeah,
and they're good for storytelling.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
Johnson, I actually do want to bring this up because I never talk about this. I think it's a shame because he's a good artist. My dad is a photographer, or was. He does all sorts of mixed media art now. But he actually made the cover of my album Waves. This is a very old picture he took.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
He did a lot of qualitype and
It's a really good photo.
pinhole. He made his own pinhole cameras, and I think that's what he used here.
Dang.
But yeah, he does cool stuff.
That's so cool.
That's cool
Yay.
Also, that album is now on Spotify and Apple Music. Wink, wink. Go save it and give me your 3 cents. Thank you.
Yay.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Thank you. We have one final song from Jared Ray Hawken, and it's called Then All Their Eyes Were Static.
Wow. Very cool.
Nice.
Very
Nice.
nice. Yeah. Love the
Cool direction
swells.
for
Very
you.
dynamic. So
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. It's cool to hear you working with these sounds. Jared's album is with the MuseScore 3 sounds.
Okay.
And very like leaning into that, which oftentimes is humorous. It's contemplative as well. But this is like kind of like howling and haunted.
It seemed
Which I don't think-
way calmer than what I remember hearing
Yeah,
from
true.
Jared.
The pace,
Yeah.
it's very different too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well
yeah,
done.
really. I especially liked those like stabs
Mhm.
that happen near the end. Like it feels like when you are like on roller skates that don't have any brakes, and so you're like holding on to things to like stop yourself rather than like like stopping with a brake. Like suddenly it just feels like these like yeah.
Mhm.
Very cool. Very great ending, especially.
Also, those
Yeah.
swells just sound so good in MuseScore.
Yeah,
So beautiful. Yeah.
yeah. Jared says that he's been developing his ability to continue an idea and expand on it. And yeah, I can hear that.
Nice.
There's a lot to be said about the maximalist twists and turns, like Tom and Jerry score, cartoon like that's a beautiful thing. And so is the opposite, like drone music and minimalism, and finding yourself in that spectrum, all kinds of different places. I encourage it. I encourage you to keep finding the things that you don't do and seeing if you can do them or what happens when you do.
A great way to be.
Mm-hmm. Good last words.
Goodbye, everyone.
Where did
Where'd
he go?
go? Ben!
Oh my god.
He's gone.
So sad. What a way to end.
There's a whole penis down there.
What?
It smells like a butt.
A whole penis?
Ew. Not what I wanted to find there. Gross.
Unbelievable.
Damn it.
Well, that's a good way to end it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It smelled bad. It smelled bad.
Thank you all so much for sending in your songs. Very cool to see you all try MuseScore. I know for many of you it was like a brand new experience, so I really appreciate y'all gave it a try, because I know it's not easy to just learn an entire new program, but y'all did it. And I mean, the results speak for themselves, I think. Big applause to all of you.
Great job, everybody.
Thank you, Ben, for co-hosting once again. Thank you, Jessica, for co-hosting once again.
Yeah.
Please go check both of them out on YouTube. Also, benlevinmusicSchool.com. Also, Instagram for lessons with Jessica, or email. Or...
I just put in my email right in here. If you want to do a lesson or like songwriting coach time, let me know.
I'm not sure if you type it that it will go through because you're not a mod, but I will.
Ooh,
It's the same email you emailed me with, right?
At Gmail.
if I do that, is that
I see.
I will type it.
okay?
I got you. So,
Cool.
lessons with Jess.
Thanks, Hugo.
Lessons with Ben. And then we go benlevinmusicschool.com, I think.
Yeah. Dunk, 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 dunk.
And lessons with me, send me a DM or
Yeah.
Discord or whatever you want. Anywhere I exist, you can message me. There's links to all the things in the description. Thank you all so much. Thank you, both of you. I look forward to the next one.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Don't
everyone.
forget me.
We won't. See you soon.